Welcome back to another Pokemon Falling Friday, home of the OG weekly market updates, where every Friday morning we go through last week's sales of sealed Pokemon products and Pokemon cards that are currently going down in price. And we do also cover the big Pokemon news, like cards are set to get revealed. And we do have to do the question of the day. So for today's question, someone actually commented this down below. If Snorlax got a new evolution, what would it be called and what would it look like? I've been loving these questions where people kind of got to come up with their own Pokemon and stuff. It's my favorite to read. And we do have to give a big thanks to our video sponsor real quick, and that is Collectr. This app is the best of the best when it comes to tracking your collection. No other app even compares. I have actually tried every single one of them. They're always trying to improve by adding new cards, boxes, and features, so let us know down below if there's anything you want them to work on or fix or anything like that. They just added 3 new features where you can search by artist. They added new filters now where you could type in like Charizard. It shows you all your Charizard cards. And they have the new trade analyzer. So definitely check all those out if you guys are interested in making some trades and you want to know if it's a good deal or not. So they're always trying to add new cool features. They also do more giveaways than anyone in this hobby. So definitely check them out. I'll have all the links in the description. And of course, if you're going to grade through PSA for your first time, you can click my link in the description, use the code BEARD25 and receive $25 off your very first submission, which is basically a free graded card. And I highly recommend doing it yourself over letting, random people do it that they're going to charge you a little bit more, or even GameStop. All right, we are hopping to PokeBeard. We got a ton of news. So I am recording this Thursday morning. So Wednesday, yesterday, we finally got the new reveals for the Perfect Order product lineup. Just so you guys know, whenever you see all of the new products, hit social media, just know like that next day or the next couple days, everything's going to drop on the Pokemon Center website. So as I'm recording this Thursday morning, I'm expecting it to drop today. But if it didn't drop today, you guys will be watching this Friday. Definitely check the Pokemon Center website. It could possibly get pushed to Monday too. You never know. But just definitely keep your eyes out. And they've usually been dropping around like anywhere from like 9 to like 11 a.m. depending on where you are. So definitely keep an eye out. This set comes out March 27th. I've already seen a ton of people say they hate how the ETB looks. So I've even seen people complain about the font and the Pokemon. But of course we don't know, what the cards look like or anything like that. They do have a picture of the promo. Very, very solid. It's a little Tyrant, which I'm actually super excited about. Those guys never get love, and those are some of my favorite Pokemon, like the dinosaur type Pokemon. So super excited about that one. Next, to celebrate Pokemon's 30th anniversary, a series of first partner illustration collections will release through 2026, beginning with Series 1 on March 30th. This is going to be crazy. Each collection will include a special promo booster pack containing 3 of 9 illustration rare promo cards, 2 regular booster packs, and a sticker sheet. So we're going to be getting all the starters and illustration rare promo cards, which is just insane. And then it's super cool. It comes with 2 packs. The picture shows Mega Evolution and Phantasmal Flames. So these are much better than, our original first partner packs that we got for the 25th anniversary with the jumbos and just reprints with the stamp. I am super, super excited we are getting illustration rare cards. I really kind of hope they take the original art and turn those into illustration rares. I would totally be okay with that. But of course, I would love new arts also. Also says here, Series 1 will feature the starter Pokemon from Kanto, Sinnoh, and Alola. We got Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, Turtwig, Chimchar, Piplup, Rowlet, Litten, Poplio. Series 2 and 3 will release later in the year featuring the other generations. So I am super excited. I'm definitely going to be collecting every single one of those illustration rare promos. But all right, let's get into it. We got a lot of stuff actually. So we got Astral Radiance Booster Box, got up to $411. Now last sold $390, $389, $401. Next, Darkness Ablaze got all the way up to $340. Now last sold $300, $297, $305, $289. Next, we have the Mega Evolution Enhanced Booster Box. This was $300 in October, and it's just been slowly falling ever since. Now last sold $225, all at $225. Next, we have the Sun and Moon ETBs. This is the Solgaleo. This was at $195. Now last sold $179, $154, $150, $144. And then we have the purple Lunala one. This one got all the way up to $190. Same thing. Now last sold $147, $169, $165, $155. Next, we have the Twilight Masquerade Pokemon Center ETB. Was at $200 for a while. Now last sold $152, $145, $135, $138. We got one at $130 with a little ding on the corner. Next, we have the Shrouded Fable Pokemon Center ETB. Was at $160. Now last sold $125, $111, $110. Bunch at $125. Next, we have the Evolving Skies Pokemon Center ETB. This is the one with Espeon on it. The one with Umbreon is definitely holding its value a little bit better. Now last sold for this one, $755, $769, $749, $700. And this thing was selling for $850 to $900 for a while. Next, we have the Phantasmal Flames Pokemon Center ETB. This thing just keeps going up and down, up and down. What was that, $580? That is crazy. But dropped down to $198, then went all the way down to $161, back up to $183, and now it's just starting to come down a little bit again. $173, $170, $162, $169, one high one at $185. Next, we have the Mega Charizard UPC. Same thing, just keeps going up and down, up and down. Got down to $138, went all the way back up to $154, and now last sold $144, $149, $145, $138. So just keeps going up and down, $5, $10. Next, we have the Tropicos UPC. This is at $170, and now last sold $155, $163. Another one at $155. Next, we have the Greninja Special Illustration Collection. I've been watching these because I know a lot of people still, missed out on these and they want to get one for their collection. This is at $135. Now last sold $125, $117, $127, $111. So literally the last 3 months, it's been going down like $1 every couple weeks or something, just slowly falling. And here's the Kingdra. Of course, not as valuable as the Greninja, even though I think the Greninja promo is not as good as the Kingdra one. But last sold for the Kingdra, $115, $114, $109, $100. So that's not bad. Next, we have the Kingambit Illustration Collection. Just down a little bit, got up to about $40. Now last sold $29. One high sale at $49, otherwise $33, $34. 6 of them at $20. And of course, there's probably going to be shipping on that. But dropping a little bit. Next, we have the new Mega Venusaur EX Premium Collection. There's a decent amount of Destined Rivals in this box. Like this picture shows 3 packs here, plus, 2 Mega Evolution, and I think some Journey Together. It's a decent little chunk of Destined Rivals. This was at $79. Now that sold $45, $42, $36. So keep an eye out for that. Not all collection boxes are good, but I think there's even another collection box. I can't remember which one it is. It's a newer one where there's 5 Destined Rivals packs in there. That's a solid grab. All right, getting to some cards. We have the Eevee from Twilight Masquerade was at $71. Now last sold $55, $53, $52, $48, $47. Next, we have the Samurott from White Flare. This is at $50. These cards are just falling so slowly. It's kind of crazy. But there's a ton of cards in those sets, so it is actually pretty tough to get the exact illustration where you want. So there's not a ton of these on the market compared to a set like Journey Together. All last sold for this is between $37 to $39, which not too bad. I think this is a super cool card. I actually seen it the other day. I was going to buy it, but the guy was going to grade it, so he didn't want to sell it to me. But if I would have bought it, I would have kept it. Next, we have the Ethan's Typhlosion, one of my favorite illustration rares. Was at $38. Now last sold $20, $22, $21. So very affordable for that card. Next, we have the new Piplup from Phantasmal Flames. Was at $30 on release. Now last sold $11, $10, $8. We got a $9.50 down there. Next, the Blaziken from Destined Rivals. This was at $15. Now last sold $8, $8, $6, a ton at $6, a couple at $7, one at $11. Next, we have the Team Rockets Giovanni Special Illustration Rare. This was at $53. Now starting to level out here, right around about $27 to $30. Next, we have the Terapagos EX from Stellar Crown. This was at $40. It was actually pretty expensive if we go back like a year. It was at $85. And now last sold $30, $28, $32, $31. There's actually a decent amount of hype between this card because this is kind of, when the Pokemon just came out. I think it's a super beautiful card. I like this one so much more than the actual Terapagos that we got in Prismatic Evolutions. And the crown doesn't bug me with Terapagos because I feel like it kind of fits with the Pokemon. So this is the one card where like the crown and the jewels and stuff I feel like really, really go with it. This one and like Sylveon. Next, we have the Hydreigon from Surging Sparks. This is at $48. Now last sold $38, $36, bunch at $36. Next, the Altaria from Paradox Rift was at about $47. Now last sold $30, $39, $35. Next, the Salamence EX is still dropping. This was at $80 for a long time. Now last sold 59, 56, 69, 55. I thought Salamence was a little bit more popular because I think this card is super clean. It's not like super crazy, but it's just clean, beautiful scene. Really nothing to complain about, in my opinion, for this card. Next, the Team Rocket's Moltres EX is still dropping. This is at 166, went down to about 110, back up to 125. Now last sold 100, 94, 99, 95. Now, I guess that this card would be about $80. Like all said and done, when we get a ton of those promos on the market. Getting pretty close. Next, we have the Lily's Clefairy EX from Journey. This is at $170. Now last sold 105, 115, 130. And I just seen a random reel the other day of just a random creator saying we should buy all these cards because this is going to be a $500-$600 card in a few years. That's not really how cards work. I mean, we can look at all the alternate arts from, the Sword and Shield era. A ton of those are the exact same price that they were 5 years ago. Cards do not work like sealed products. There's some cards, of course, that are going to go crazy in 5 years. But there's going to be a ton of other cards that are the same price or even cheaper. You also have to remember, too, we're going to get probably more, versions of those cards. Like we're already getting another Lily's Clefairy. So if we get a few more versions or different copies of that card, of that Pokemon, that's better than the one that we had in the Scarlet and Violet era, that card's not going to be just crazy expensive. Because I see a lot of people thinking just cards automatically go up forever, and that's not how that works. All right, next we have the Ethan's Ho-Oh from Destined Rivals. Got up to $240. Now that sold $140, $139, $135. I believe that is the all-time low, or at least tied with it. I think it got down to about $140 before. Got down to $139 before in June. So basically the cheapest this card has ever been. Next, we have the new Mega Lucario EX. So it's at $300. This is also the cheapest this card has ever been. $159, $156, $150. So I just always wait as long as possible to buy these new cards. Next, we have the Mega Gardevoir from Mega Evolution. This is at $314. Now last sold $159, $167, $160, $180. Next, we have the Glaceon EX. It's got up to $205. Now last sold $175, $179, $180, $159. Getting cheap. Next, we have the Vaporeon from Prismatic Evolutions. This was at $223. Got down to $193 in the summer. Went back up to $215. Now last sold $175, $177, $161. Says off-centered. It's about a $175 card. Next, we have the Zekrom EX. So the Reshiram now is around $150. This was at $247. Now last sold $194, $198, $192. So finally below $200 for the Zekrom SIR. Then we have the Bubble Mew EX. Was at $633. Completely leveled out now. That sold $499, $470, $496, $489. Just want to do a little update on that card. Then we have the Mega Charizard X. There's just some weird sales that I wanted to talk about. Last sold $333, and someone got 3 of them. There's another one down here. They also got 3. So that's going to make the prices definitely drop a bit and make the graph look all weird. But most sold now is between $500 to about $590. We do have a couple high 400 sales, which were now 3-4 days ago. But yeah, it's a crazy card. Next, we have the Zekrom EX Black Full Art from Black Bolt. This is at $468. Now last sold $350, $365, $367. Next, we have the White Reshiram Full Art. This was at $370. Now last sold $336, $335, $347. So these are holding their value very good. They're just slowly falling. Next, we have some alternate arts. We have the Mewtwo V from Pokemon Go. Was at $84. Now last sold $40, $45, $33 for a lightly played. Someone got 5 near mints at $40. Next, we have the Mew V from Fusion Strike. It's got all the way up to $150. Now last sold $89, $81, $85. But 6-month low was $55. So this card used to be pretty cheap. Next, we have the Aerodactyl V. Was at $181 3 months ago. Now last sold $145, $153, $132, $130. I still think this is one of the best arts ever created in Pokemon. This is like a dream card for me because, just look at all of the dinosaur. It looks like Jurassic Park basically. So I'm a massive fan of that card. Next, we have the Sleepy T-Tar. Got all the way up to $300. Now last sold 214, 177 for lightly played. Otherwise, most of them are about $199. I want to check the 1 year low. So 170. So we're about $30 away from the 1 year low. Next, we have the Charizard V from Brilliant Stars, was at $400. Now last sold 237, 240, 238, 233, 206. That's pretty cheap. Next, we have the Espeon V Max from Fusion Strike. It's got up to $335. Now last sold 294, 319, 279. Yeah, it is a decent time to start picking up some really good cards right now. Next, we have the Lugia V from Silver Tempest, was at $466. Now last sold 336, 339, and 365. And of course, they can drop more, but you can kind of tell when cards are starting to level out. So just keep your eye on the card for, a couple weeks, and I'm sure you can get it for a really good deal. Next, we have the Rayquaza V from Evolving Skies, was at $320. Now last sold 250, 281, 260, 300, 317, but those sales are pretty old. The two newest ones is the 281 and 250. This card does not sell very often at all. We have like 5 sales in the last 2 weeks. Next, we have the Rayquaza VMAX Alternate Art. This is at $700. Now last sold 664, 668, 650, 699, 556, 590. And last on the list, we have the Umbreon VMAX from Evolving. This was at $2,273. Now last sold $1,600 for a PSA 9, otherwise $1,755. We got a model we played for $1,200. Another near mint at $1,650, $1,700, $1,750. One high sale at $1,979, but that's about 10 days ago now. So that is a nice little drop for one of the most popular cards in Pokemon history. But all right, that was today's Pokemon Falling Friday. If you guys want to stay ahead of the market and you guys enjoy this content, please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and comment. And then if you guys want to support more, you guys can check out my Instagram, my TikTok, my Facebook, YouTube membership, PSA link. You guys know what to do. You guys are the best. But all right, I want you guys to have a great day. And if you guys could do me a massive favor and watch my last vending video where we're actually doing a giveaway for a sealed Bulbasaur stamped promo. And also, that vending video has a clip that went insanely viral. I'm talking millions of views. A ton of celebrities were commenting on it. So definitely check that out. Click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.